Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to make this video in regards to the issues and scandal that's kind of going around with a particular PC building company, optimization company, and a lot of other companies that are kind of chiming in and people really kind of getting in on this. Um, I wanted to add on to this, but not necessarily go over the same issues. I mean, first and foremost, the issue arose between a consumer and the company itself, and just how badly they handled the specific order. First and foremost, customer service is key. Okay, I'm not going to dump any further opinions onto that one. If you're a company and your customer service is exceptional and you're pleasant to deal with, I guarantee you people will continue to come back to you guys. Even if you've made a mistake, if you do the best thing you can in order to make that right, by also effectively communicating to your customer and being as transparent as possible to your customer through that process. Believe me, as someone who's dealt with multiple companies on various different issues, as someone who works from home, so relies on a lot of consumer businesses to be, through delivery, through all this aspect, trust me, customer service is key. So let's put that to the side. Like, whatever happened, it happened. What I specifically want to address is the resurgence, or just the surge of companies in the past 2 years that have taken advantage of people by trying to sell them on things that they don't necessarily need, or overselling certain things with the promise that they're going to be, a professional, successful streamer one day, or that they're going to be like a top pro gamer, or they're going to be in the top echelon in terms of their performance from the PC point of view. And I think that's an issue. I mean, when I say that it was a surge, that was a surge about 2 years ago, and specifically during the pandemic, and I'm speaking specifically of Call of Duty. Call of Duty Battle Royale, like the Warzone aspect, started gaining huge popularity during COVID, and people were looking to get as good as possible and take advantage of a lot of the potential in money making through that process. And what was sold was, hey, listen, if you want to be really great at this game, you're gonna need a PC. There's just no comparison, between console gaming and PC gaming. And there are certain levels to that, but what I started noticing was that there was a lot of PC building companies and optimization services that basically were like garage services that rose out of nowhere. And it's great, like, in the sense that, hey, listen, you want, you see the wave and you want to take, you want to jump on that wave, but the problem was with that is a lot of these companies didn't necessarily go about it in the coolest way, or in the fairest way to the consumer. A lot of these companies were not prepared to deal with these kind of issues, and said company, that's currently being talked about on Twitter and other social media platforms. I mean, they just weren't ready for that. And I think they were a specific company that, in my opinion, took advantage of the quote unquote COD bros. The people that were like, I got all this disposable income. I got mommy and daddy's credit card. You know what I mean? Just give me the best, and the way they were selling that to them was like, yeah, like, listen, you spend $7,000 on this PC. I guarantee you're going to be the best in Warzone. You know what I mean? It's basically wall hacks. You spend $2,000 on these headphones. Here's my affiliate link. You know what I mean? You're going to hear people miles away in the game. You know what I mean? And they leverage professional streamers and content creators to push that onto people that really just don't understand PCs and really don't understand this stuff, and are genuinely being taken advantage of by these companies that are just selling them these pipe dreams. I didn't necessarily have the best customer service experience with the first company I ever bought my PC from, but I do have something nice to say about them, which I don't necessarily see from other companies. So when I first built my PC, or when I first built out my custom PC online from this specific company, I emailed them without knowing anything about PCs. I didn't even know what like an i7 this was, and I didn't know what an RTX this was, and what any of the promises of the GPU. I'm serious. Zero knowledge, which may not necessarily be the best thing, but again, at the same time, if you're reaching out to these companies, it's sometimes best to have that conversation so that they can best tailor a PC based not only on your budget, but in a way that doesn't take that's not taking advantage of the consumer. So when I reached out to them, I was like, hey, here's my spec. It was like a $2,800 spec for the PC, about $2,700 with like, yeah, $2,800 all in with like shipping and tax and all that. And it was an RTX 3070. This was 2 years ago. Again, RTX 3070 and i7-10700KF processor, 1 terabyte Western Digital, SSD, yada yada, coolers, 8 fans, case, all this kind of stuff. So again, all in about $2,700 to $2,800. And I emailed customer service and was like, hey, listen, honestly, I'm first time getting into gaming, PC gaming. I also want to be a streamer, so I'm going to be using this as a single PC. Are these the right components? Like, is this what I need in order to do a really good stream and also game at a high level, specifically Warzone, right? And they have like a FPS calculator on their website, like many companies do. And I emailed the customer service and asked them this. And again, at the time, I was very susceptible to being taken advantage of because, Bitcoin boomed. I had a lot of disposable income at this case. So if they wanted to take my $2,800 PC and bring it up to $3,500 or $4,000, I probably would have said yes. But the person emailed me and was very honest and was like, hey, listen, you have a very high spec build. You can always upgrade later. You can always upgrade with us now, but genuinely speaking, you have a very good PC here. And maybe that wasn't the best possible business. You know what I mean? He could have been like, no, just go for an RTX 3090, man. Which I eventually upgraded to, by the way, after researching and really understanding PCs, PC components. But that person doing it, and I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure if I reached out to some other companies, they would have tried to sell me an i9, and they would have tried to sell me a 3090 right away, and they would have tried to sell me optimization from the get-go for an additional $150, and they would try to do all these kind of things. And again, I think at the end of the day, beyond the customer service, I think it's just that transparency and that honesty that I really appreciated from that interaction. Now, I never went back to them for anything else because I had some tech issues that happened later, and they just were not the most responsive. Again, coming back to the customer service, and I've had better customer service from other services, from other companies, and I've stuck with them. Yeah, this is just my 2 cents. So, the companies that I'm tagging in here, I just want you to know that if you're doing right by your customers and you're not taking advantage of this COD bro wave of people that are just like desperate, to just sell you an additional 2, 3, 4, 5 FPS for an additional $2,000, because they know that you're just clueless and they're okay with taking advantage of that. Yeah, it's a sad state. So thank you to the companies that are not doing that. Continue doing what you're doing. We all understand as content creators, as streamers, we all understand this grind, and we wish you all the best. But again, do right by your customers, and again, that's it. That's all I gotta say. There's no again, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Peace.